Hey TK, yeah, I wasn't going to be on tonight, but I was. It was bloody hot today, and then John said he wasn't going to do a live today, so I figured that, and I had talked to him, so I figured why not try and see if anybody's interested in coming along. So I figured I was going to come out and do some tinkering and hang out. So see if anybody wanted to join me. I didn't get a chance to do mine yesterday because I was busy doing other things, and so I figured here I am. I figured it was a good night for it. So I figured I'd see if the old Acme buggy wants to run today, and I haven't run it for a while, so I figured I'll change and put some fresh batteries in it and see if it'll flash up. Hey, Rob. Just figured it was a really nice Monday evening, and I was coming out to do some tinkering, so I figured I'd do a live because John said he wasn't going to do his. He's on holidays, so said he was at home concentrating on his fireworks stuff, which I don't blame him. Getting ready for the 4th of July. Yeah, John's back home with his family, spending some time with the family and getting ready to do his other passion, which is fireworks. This is the weirdest thing. I don't know if anybody's ever seen these before, but this is the radio for this thing. And it's like a little pistol grip dealie. And it's got the strangest radio, but this is the radio that comes with this thing. And it actually works surprisingly well, but it's just this goofy little dealie. That's why I keep so much here, Raw. Every time I go out of town, I buy more than I need. I have 12 gallons of it here. Yeah, because it's the same thing here. Nobody sells it. Look at, even the batteries come out like a gun clip. Hey, Northeast. Yeah, up the guy. I haven't, this is I don't know, for those of you probably who are not familiar with it, this is actually a Acme Warrior with the SH21 in it. And it's kind of an odd little 1/8 buggy that actually came to me from Joe from Europe. So I just figured I'd show you guys. and I know Travis had mentioned about running it a while back, and it's actually in really good shape. And the last time I ran it, it runs remarkably well. But got your Vertex buggy. Oh, cool. Yeah. So anyway, Joe had sent me this in a trade, and it actually runs remarkably well. Of course, it didn't have a body, so this is the body that it's got. I wish I had the original body, but I'll find one eventually. So, and it, like I said, it has the goofiest little radio, but it does work, and surprisingly gets good reception. So I've never had any issues with it. So. But it's a gorgeous evening here. It's like probably 26, 27 degrees Celsius here still, so it's beautiful. It's just hot. Oh, sweet, Oscar. That sounds like a good deal. Let's see if the one weighs. Seems good. I think she'll fire. So I figured I've never run this on more than 20%, so given the nature, it's a RTR SH. I took prime well. Now we'll see if this glow igniter's fucked, because I accidentally left it on charge since last weekend. So it's probably shot now, but the glow plug shocked with that glow igniter is no good. That glow plug's doing some goofy stuff. Ooh, she looks a wee flooded. Oh no, plug's good. knew it. I couldn't save it. Bugger. I think I'm probably a little rich on that bottom now. That top was too lean. Maybe that plug is no good. Last time I ran this, it was super cold. So all my settings are whacked right up. I'll get it. Always do. open the big door. All right. Good to see you. Oh, flame out. I gotta adjust them front brakes anyway. I see they're not grabbing worth a shit. Oh yeah. Cost to adjust them front brakes while the smoke clears out. Where's my timing? There it is. Ooh, good thing I looked. I was gonna lose that rod. There we go. There. Now, see if that'll flame back up again. Still a little low idle. Zip up the driveway and see what it does. Whew, it's hazy. It's like a Cheech and Chong movie. Sure a smoky bitch, this one. Could run out of fuel soon. There it is. Not too bad for something I haven't run in a long time. There. So I can hook the power back up to the phone so I don't lose my signal. There. All right, great. Oh, sweet deal, Molds. I love my JATOs. In my opinion, they're still one of the best things that Traxxas makes, in my opinion. I still think they are probably the best thing that that they make. I mean, the T-Max isn't bad, don't get me wrong. I'm not a big Revo fan because I find it a bit of a pain in the ass to work on. But I am sorry to hear that, DDT. I lost my mom a while back to cancer, quite a while ago, so I can sympathize with you. It's the hardest when they're in palliative care and you can't do anything about it. This one never seems to want this run this fuel tank out completely empty, but I'm pretty happy with how it was running. But this SH that's in this thing doesn't seem to make much more power than that, so that's about as good as it gets with this thing. It's torquey, but it's not a super duper high revver. But she's a runner, as Hybrid would say. This is, and it's all original with the exception of the body. So even, like I said, the pipe and everything else. There was an issue where the tank was cracked on the top here, and I just epoxied it, and it's been holding ever since. So yeah, it's just a 3-port. It's a 3-port 21 SH, and to be honest with you, I don't even know if it's an SH, but it's what came with it, and it looks like an SH, and all the SH parts fit. And it kind of looks in some ways like a Chinese knockoff, but it seems to run okay. Because I did have to do the one-way bearing, and the pull start was all jacked up when I got it from Joe. So, but yeah, it's a reliable buggy. It starts usually most times. So, make sure I take the fuel out of it before I put it back on the shelf. Yeah, it's Canada Day weekend here, so for those of you who don't live in Canada, that's why I'm off. So, yeah, so it's a bit of a holiday for us. So, tomorrow is a stat, and I took today off because I didn't want to go in for one day and then back again. And back off again, so figured it was a good opportunity to take a day off. And I felt like running something this evening, so here I am. And I can't really go down to the ball field or the soccer field where I usually run, because there's a whole bunch of festivities and shit down there. So I'm hoping to be able to shoot some videos down there tomorrow. Just go down and run some RCs and stuff. I want to mount my GoPro on the top of one of my buggy wings and launch it off that high face down there. Never had an OS Max RZ. I've never had an RZ. I've had the VGs, but not an OS Max RZ. I love my VG. Ooh, it's hot here. Oh, cool. Some of the OS stuff is pretty cool. Like OS comes up with some neat shit. Like I said, I love my old OFNA buggy, the original one that I have with the OS VG 30 in it. It is just a tank, like, and it's I don't know if I've shown that one lately, but it's quite the beast. It's all pretty much period correct from back in the day. I got a couple of vintage. Here, I'll show you one that I haven't shown for a while. I have another one. It's kind of cool. So this is an LX, a OFNA LX buggy with period correct. It would have come originally with the OFNA 28, and now somebody back in the day updated the engine to the OFNA Pico branded. It even has OFNA written on the head here, but it's actually like a Pico, and it was brand new when I got this buggy, so I had to break the engine in. So it's kind of a cool old buggy. And then I painted this body. I got this body, and I painted this. These are 90s, what do they call those again? Team Orion decals that I put on it. But this is another one I haven't run for a long time. This is the radio that came with it, the Jeep JR racing radio. At least I think that's the radio that's in this thing. Yeah, I even still have the box for that engine. Yeah, there it is. I'll grab it. It's kind of a cool looking box. Oops, excuse me. This is the the box. It's kind of a cool box. So this was back from the day. That's what this is, a spec sheet. Specs on it. Offner Pico 21 with pull start. I think there's even a... Nope, I was hoping there was a sheet in there, but nothing. Yeah, cool old engine. But this buggy, I picked this up from a guy in Calgary. It was, it broke his heart for him to sell it to me, and he didn't even want to let it go. And then I ended up getting it. And the original body on it was pretty much haggard, but he actually threw in a brand new body when I bought it. So, yeah, I haven't run this one for a while either. It's got amazing pinch. It's so hard to turn over. Yeah, it's cool, buggy. The engine's got very little runtime on it for the age of it. I wonder what you were doing there, buddy. Yeah, so this thing's, like I said, I painted this body probably a year ago, and it even still has the original Offner tires on it. They look like little dog bones. They're kind of funny. These things were built like a tank. They're by no way anything sporty about them. They're built like a tank. Everything is super beefy. Even the screws for the engine mounts are 10 mil. Like, it's nuts. Yeah, this one's all original too, Offner guy. This is my MBX. It even still has the Ultra. This is the Ultra Pro. It even still has the blue and yellow tires. It still has the Offner 26 in it. These tires are super soft. I'm almost scared to run it because I don't want to burn the tires off because they're still the originals. So, but it runs good, drives good. I do drive it, and it does work well. Yeah, it's in remarkably good shape. I mean, it was run a bit. You know, like there's a few scratches underneath down here, but look how clean this is for the age. Like hardly anything. Yeah, it's a really great old buggy. I actually picked this up from a kid in Calgary who had gotten into the trade with a bunch of other electrics, and it was thrown in there, and this thing hadn't run in forever. And I actually ended up picking it up off him for super cheap because he didn't even know what it was, and he didn't want to deal with it, and he just flogged it to me for, I think I got it for $100, and he just had no idea what he had. And it was one of those deals where I was just like, man, I got to take it. I couldn't even pass it up. Look at the compression. Like it's solid. This thing is in really nice shape. And it even still has, like, I think the throttle servo is still the Offner servo. And then once the steering servo was updated to the high-tech servo, still the Offner pipe. Yeah, I think the only thing I did was upgrade the radio, because they had a really shitty old AM radio in it that was junk. Yeah, it's a good old. I don't even think I've ever had the engine out of this one, to be honest with you. I don't think I ever had to. Just have to run oil and fire it up periodically. And I bet you it's dead as a doornail because it's been sitting up on that shelf for probably a year or more since I fired it up last. But these ones, a lot of these super vintage ones, like these old ones like this, I take and I run them in the winter time and just fire them up, putz them around a little bit, and then put them back up there. But I do run everything, but not to the same extent all the time. I'll give you a bit of a tour there. It's pretty clean, you can see. Still has the Offner 26 engine. Yeah, good old buggy. And like I said, it's still the original body. Even the inside of the body's still pretty clean. And the only thing I did is I had the center diff out of this one because it was leaking. And I repacked the center diff. Because she was slobbery and had like basically no rear wheel drive. It was all forward bias, something awful. So I didn't have much choice. But pull the center diff out, reseal it, put it back in. Anybody having any luck getting ready for the speed challenge? I know that I still only have one entry, and Steve re-entered again just to clarify his entry. Yeah, so I have that one entry, but that's the only one I have still. What are you looking for, Molds, in a buggy? I have an extra Hyper 7 that I would part with. I can grab it if you want to see it. This one I affectionately refer to as the bird poop buggy, because I actually found it in a barn, and restored it, and yeah, so it's the one I call the bird poop buggy, because when I got it, it was covered with bird shit. Yeah, so like I said, I call it the bird poop buggy for that reason. So this has the Hyper 7, the Hyper 21 8-port in it, which has a brand new piston and sleeve in it. It's only just been broke in. So it's a screamer. And these are brand new wheels and tires, as you can see, they're not even worn down. Often a guy knows, so I extended the, you probably weren't here for the last one, I did extend the speed challenge till the end of July. So the last weekend in July, it got extended too. So I'm hoping that more people enter, and then we can go from there. But yeah, that's why I extended it northeast. I was hoping that more people, because you were trying to get stuff ready, Texas was trying to get stuff ready. So I wanted to make sure that everybody had the opportunity to get their ducks in a row to run stuff. But so Molds, if you go back and look at I put a YouTube video on, a short one, and there's a live stream that talks about it as well. But there's a short, like 1 minute and 53-second video on what's required for the rules. But it's pretty simple. You know, it has to be a 1/8 scale buggy with a 21 engine in it. I'm not fussy on the size of the spur gear. I let that go and just see what people want to do there. And it has to be no bigger than a 16-tooth bell. And those are and it has to be stock size tires. Can't be truggy tires or something goofy like that. And it has to be filmed in one take, kind of like Rinks did his speed challenge. So basically, this would be enterable in the speed challenge. Like I said, it is the Molds. If you're interested in this one, you can always shoot me a private message if you want. I don't want to deal with it over the live, but I would be willing to part with this one. And it'd be a fair price. I won't gouge you for it. Are you in Calgary, Molds? Where are you at? Hey, Hybrid. You're in Michigan. Okay. Well, at least that's not too bad. Shipping might be a bit pricey, but not too bad. Buggies usually aren't too bad to ship. They break down pretty good. Like I said, these Hyper 7s are tough to find with the 8-port Hyper 7 in it, or Hyper 21. They're a screamer. And this engine I found new old stock piston and sleeve, so it's completely done over, so it's ready to rock and roll. It's just broke in. I even found in a place new old stock the original Hyper 21 head cover, just to keep the head from getting scratched. Those are hard to find. Yeah, I'm on Facebook, Molds. You can look me up. It's J Public Over. Public Over. All one word. Thanks, Hybrid. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. It's like 28 degrees Celsius here. It's hot as shit, but it's gorgeous. I think I even got a black one of these somewhere. If somebody's looking for one, there's a black. I have the black Hyper 21 OFNA head protector, just like that one. Of the Hyper 21's engines, OFNA? No, I don't think I've ever seen the box. Not for this engine. I do have, believe it or not, I found this the other week in my collection of stuff. I have a brand new, never used Hyper 21 block that's never been used. Brand new bearings in it, everything else. So if somebody needs this for something, hit me up. I have, this engine is brand new, never been used. Yeah, I have just about every OFNA buggy that they made now. I think I'm missing one more. I think I'm missing the Ultra. Yeah, the Ultra LX or something like that. I think is what I'm missing. Oh, I have hybrid. I have one over here. Uh, Let me find it. Yeah, unfortunately, this one the pin broke off, but like that looks like a fan. This is the turbo. They come in that engine that's in that buggy. This is they call it the turbo 21 8-port. So this is the one-way bearing that goes in it. And unfortunately, when the connecting rod sheared off, it took the pin with it. Yeah, see, this is the block. You can see. Come on. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. But you see where it sheared the pin off in there? That would have gone onto that piece. It's kind of a sin because the engine's good otherwise. Yeah, I think it makes sense because it would create turbulence in the block and it would help scavenge, I would think. I think that was the theory behind it. Yeah, these are cool old buggies though. Walls, if you're interested, let me know. Yeah, this one, like I said, this is all built out of new bits and pieces. It was a brand new piston sleeve. I think the bearings are new. It's a different carburetor. Yeah, I've run this one quite a bit. Like I said, they got this from a guy in Calgary, and it's a he decided to hog out this hole further. That's the worst thing that's wrong with this one, but yeah, tons of compression. Yeah, you know, you people do this all the time for starter boxes because they don't drop the engine properly, so they hog this out either out of those old hand. Remember those old hand bump starters? They used to see the ones that I used to commonly refer to as knuckle busters because you get them in there and then they suck your knuckles in there and they bust the shit out of you. Those are the ones that we used to use when I was a kid. Oh, there's the other head protector. So this is my other Hyper 7. That has the black head protector on it, and this one has the CVP pipe and the Losi 427 in this one. No, there was like three different models that had that that turbo fan head. There was I think some of the 3-port ones had it, but most of the 8s for sure did. Yeah, this thing is a beast with this Losi engine in this thing and this CVP pipe. It sounds so weird. It's quite the thing with that combo. Yeah, man, that engine screams up so bad. It's a sin because that engine that I broke that fan off of, that pin broke off. It was my buddy's RC. He bought it used. We were trying to tune it out front here one day. We were ripping it up and down the road, and then it just was like screaming up, and then just like that, and then game over. And it tacoed that connecting rod, and that was it. Game over. Like she was done. And I kind of felt bad because I think it was wore out in the first place, and we just couldn't catch the tune. We just couldn't get it to run where the shit kept flaming out, and we got a little overzealous with the old tuning screwdriver, and next thing you know, she was done. I haven't looked under the bonnet of this one for a long time. You know, this one has a weird story, this buggy. I got this one, this actually came from the Bug 404 as a basket case, and went in a package deal with another trade that we had done. And he sent it to me in a bajillion pieces, and I put it together out of parts between what he had and what I had, and we built it into what you see now. And this one actually was a poster on my YouTube page for a while as well, because it used to have an LRP 0.32 in it at one time, and then I changed it to this Losi engine, and at least I'm pretty sure that's what that engine is in there with this head protector on there. Yep, it's the Losi 26. But yeah, so it's quite the buggy. Like I said, I haven't had it running for a while either, so I don't even know what radio this takes now. I'm sure it takes the buggy radio. Okay, Molds, you bet. I'll have a look. Oh, it's got batteries in it. They're probably dead as shit. I'll have a look. So first I gotta see what radio's in this thing. I'm sure it still has a radio in there. Here's my buggy radio. Oh, there it is. Thanks, Hybrid. Let's see. What did I call this thing? I think it's this one. Yeah, I think it's that one. Use a little bit of the throttle's not quite opening far enough. I probably did that on purpose because this thing gets kind of squirrely. There we go. Yes, I agree, Hybrid. One speed is all you need on a buggy. I've had a couple buggies that were 2-speed, and I think they were more of a pain in the ass than anything else. No. There we go. There. Man, there's some big fucking crows around here. All right, Northeast. See you later. Should we see if this thing will fire up? I haven't fired this up for a while. Sometimes this Losi engine can be a bit of a cold-blooded bugger. Yeah, it's a 1/8 scale Civic. It's the CPV 1/8 scale. Joe actually sent me this pipe from England, and he had it and he didn't like it, and but it seems to really like this Losi engine. So. Yeah, it's got that spring-loaded baffle inside of it to adjust the back pressure and everything, so. It's a bit of, if you try and prime this, you can't really do the pull start with it. You gotta kinda give it the RCBJ because it just won't prime otherwise. All right, see if she'll fire. I wonder if I should put a heat gun on this a little bit, just so I don't have to, because Losi's are so freaking cold-blooded. this would take the edge off that a little bit. I don't want to pull my guts out. Raspy this one. Driveway. There it is. Out of fuel. Wow, that one's loud. Holy crapola. Woohoo! Ooh, stinky. Man, this one runs so good. It's just really loud. Really loud. Yeah, this thing is just obnoxious. Like, yeah, I think it's probably one of the loudest ones I own. I think it's even louder than the than my XRC M pipe. Like, it's just unrationally loud. But yeah, this Losi 26, I had this in an MGT. And then I stuck it in here just because I had it. And I pulled the LRP out of here. And I stuck this in. And this buggy works way better with this Losi 26 in here than it ever did with that LRP. I will say, that LRP was a crank. It would run half the time it wouldn't run, and then it would just a bitch all the time. So yeah, it like when it did run, it was phenomenal, like just a beast. But with this engine, you've seen it, it's pretty solid. You tune it a little bit from season to season, but other than that, that's it. And I mean, even these batteries have been in there for probably over a year. So like they're not new by any means. So, and they're just the old AA battery pack. So it's pretty good. Man, I think I might turn the fan on though, just to clear. It's not drifting out the door like it usually does. There, that'll pull some fresh air in anyway. But yeah, this was the one I got from the Bug 404 ages ago, and it's had a bunch of different iterations over time. It's had the hyper pipe in it. It's had this CVP pipe in it. It's had NLRP in it. It's had various different engines in it, but it's in different configurations. These are actually these ZO or ZD 2.0 truggy shocks on it. So they're the big bore shocks, and they actually work quite well on this thing. But you have to space them out. So if you use the what did I have to use? These are truggy shock mounts, and so it extends it out far enough that the body doesn't hit the tower. So, hey Grizzly, sorry I didn't see you, buddy. Yeah, Jeff and Dizzy now. This thing does donuts, like it doesn't matter what it's on. Like it could be on asphalt, it could be on pavement, it could be on you name it, and it just rips. Like you got to be careful because it'll actually flip itself over because I don't know if you can see it, but it's playing the sides off the tires, from doing donuts. Like it's crazy. And these I didn't think I'd ever wear these tires out. Hey Harold. Yeah, these are pretty tough to wear out. These are those Proline dirt hogs or whatever they are. They're pretty tough. But those ones on that other buggy that I had here, the green wheels, those are an Amazon set, and I will say those are far tougher than anything else. They wear like iron. I don't know what they are, and I've put them through some awful abuse, and they're cheap as shit. They're like $25 for the set of 4. They're cheap, and they do quite well, and they handle quite decently. So, and I've put lots of big block buggies to work on them, and never had an issue. Yeah, I even did years ago, not years ago, but maybe years ago, I did a comparison video between the Proline Badlands and those Amazon ones, and the buggy is faster with the Amazon tires on it than it is with the Proline Badlands, because the Proline Badlands are so friggin' heavy that it slows it way down. They wear good, but they slow the buggy way down. Yeah, so I do. If you ever get a chance to pick up one of these old Hyper 7s, so they make a really great test platform for all kinds of stuff. And you can still find parts for them pretty plentifully as well. That's fine. Man, that's got some compression. There. I'm glad people could pop on tonight. I know John, when I talked to him, he was on holidays and he's doing fireworks stuff. So I asked him, I said, do you mind if I go on tonight? And he said, no, giver. So I'm glad that we could hang out for a little bit and just mess with some nitros and stuff like we usually do. And then, yeah. Anybody else want to see anything else before we kind of wrap her up? I didn't want to stay on too long tonight because I still got a few other things to tidy up. But now obviously I have to sweep the gravel out of my shop. I'm shooting it down the driveway. Yes, please hit the like button. I do appreciate it. I don't normally ask for likes, but my lives lately have not been getting a ton of likes, so compared to my YouTube videos, so it's tough for me to keep doing these. I think I'm leaning towards just doing videos because of the fact that I do it. The only reason I do enjoy doing it is because I get to hang out with you guys. But it's tough when you only, I get a YouTube video that'll do, 300-400 likes, and I get do a live and I get like 10. So it's tough. Did you guys have anything you needed to see technical wise? Now I got hit up today, before I go, sorry. So I'll go off on a tangent here. Got hit up today from a guy on one of the groups. Let me find my tool. Where is it? I find my punch. It's in one of these. Sure. In my bag. now. I'll find it as soon as I go off the live. What'll happen? I saw it the other day and now I can't find it. I don't know where it is, guys. Sorry. I'll use this other one as an example. 'Cause I'm not sure where my punch is. Like I said, as soon as I end the live, I'll find it. So, somebody asked me about a one-way bearing changeout. So if you're changing a one-way bearing in a pull start or an internal bearing, somebody asked me how to do it and what you needed to do it. And so I have a special punch that I made up that I can't seem to find right at the moment. But so you slide the one-way bearing over here, make sure it's in the right direction. And then I have it where I just took a grinder and cut the sleeve off square here so that it slides over here to the right dimension, and then it sits on here flat. And then you can drive it in one way and then turn it around and drive it out the other way. So it's good to pick these little drift punches like this. They're cheap. You can pick them up at like Harbor Freight, Princess Auto, wherever you live. So you can pick these up for next to nothing, and you just get one with the right dimension for this shaft, and I believe it's 10 mil, I believe. And then you can just drive it in and drive it out, and then you can change your one-way bearing, and you can just buy sleeves of the one-way bearings on Amazon for peanuts, and they come like this. That I can find. So they come in sleeves like this. You can just buy them from Amazon. They're just 10 millimeter one-way bearings. If you look them up on Amazon, you can find them. And I think they're like $11 for a sleeve of these things. And they're cheap. Yeah, there's the number. So if you look them up on Amazon, if you can read that or not, that's the number. So if you guys want to screenshot that, give her. But they're cheap. And it's a HF0612 is the number. And that's the pretty universal number. They fit the HPI stuff, they fit all the MGT stuff, they fit generic pull starts, SH, LRP, all those ones. Even the internal bearings, they fit. So, and like I said, this is cheap. Like this thing here is like 10 bucks Canadian, which is like 25 cents US. It really bugs me that I can't find that punch now because I was talking about it. I was actually going to start making them and selling them. Thanks, Brent. I appreciate that, buddy. I try to be the buggy division, you know, like I've got just about every I'm only missing a handful of manufacturers now to complete my my collection, and I'll get there eventually. I'm just missing a handful, but I will get it. I wonder if that's in that toolbox drawer. How that bothers me. Yeah, anyway, the cheap ones look like this. See how they have that square shoulder here? Right? That's what you need. Hey, Lotus. That bothers the shit out of me, though. I don't know where that is. Oh, well. Hey, Lotus. Hey, Texas. I'm just trying to find something that is eluding me at this current moment. I usually keep it right in one of those cups, and I didn't see it. I've got to check this again. I don't look like an idiot. It'll be right in this cup. I didn't see it. Usually those are in this one of these cups. There it is. God damn it, I did do that. Okay. I'll grab a one-way bearing just as a demonstration. Like I said, buy this punch and just cut it off like that, right? And then you just make sure that you're, whatever way you're driving it in, you look at your numbering on there, and it fits on there like this. And then you just drive it through, and then you can, or you can flip it around and drive it the other way if it's an internal or an external one way. So, and then, like I said, these sleeves of these are cheap. And then you don't have to buy the ones, like the Traxxas ones that come and this works for the Traxxas ones as well. And then you can save a ton of money doing that, and you don't have to, especially if you live in a remote area like probably Texas does as well as me, you don't have to go buy the specific one, right? Yeah, so here's an HPI one. So you see how they look like this, right? So you can put that in like that, and then you can drive it in, or you can flip it around and drive it the other way, right? Just make sure you watch your writing on here, okay? But then you can drive them in and out of these. You can drive them out of that weird egg-shaped dealy Traxxas one. Yeah, anyway, somebody reached out to me on one of the groups today about how to do that. So I sent him on one of my YouTube links, just so he could see, because I did do it as a live demonstration, and so it's good to do. Like I said, pick up one of them cheap ass Harbor Freight punches. You can cut it off with a grinder, and then just polish this down so it just fits through there snugly, and you can use that to change it. This cost me like $4, like, to buy this thing. So yeah, so you don't need a ton of force to drive it through either way, and then you can, like I said, you can buy a sleeve of these fucking things, and you can replace all your one-way bearings for cheap, right? Hey, Steve. I think I could turn that fan off now. The air's cleaned out here now. Hold on a second. There. Turn that off. A little quieter now too. But yeah, that's the tool. Like I said, I bought this, though, for those of you who live in Canada, I bought this from Princess Auto. It came in a set of 4. And this is just the one that fit well or close. So I just buffed it down a bit and then cut it off. So keep that in mind. But I'm hoping to get down to the field tomorrow and put a GoPro mount on the top of one of my buggies and do some launches with it and take some good footage with it. So that should be fun. I did, Gino, Steve, thank you. I did get it. It was great. Your retake was perfect. I saw everything I needed to see. You are definitely one to beat. I'll tell you that. So no, it was a great. I do appreciate it. It looks fantastic. Thank you very much. Nobody can test what you've done at all with what you have there so far, and it's going to be a tough act to follow. I'll tell you what. I think I just had a bird fly in here. One of them big stink beetles. Was a bird. I have had that before. I've had all kinds of wildlife in here. I've had birds and squirrels, and one time I had a bear in here with me, and then that wasn't so good. But yeah, so it's what you get living in rural Canada, I guess. Yeah, city people just have to worry about homeless people wandering into their garage. I gotta worry about bears, moose, and deer, and squirrels, and rabbits, and you name it. Badgers. Oh, hummingbirds. But anyway, guys, I think on that note, I'm sorry a couple of you, just got in here, but I think I'm going to shut it down for the evening and gonna go make some supper and whatnot. And it's a little bit late here, so I haven't eaten yet today. But I wanted to jump on and just bullshit with everybody for a little bit because I kind of missed Sunday and I was enjoying the Canada Day festivities here for the weekend. So it was great and the weather was gorgeous. And so I spent most of my time outside and couldn't really run much RC stuff because we had people everywhere. They came in for the festivities and whatnot, and then so I couldn't really run anything. But now tomorrow it's all pretty much shut down today. So tomorrow the town will be back to my nice peaceful tiny town again. So it'll be back to normal. So be able to go have some fun. So I'm glad everybody could join me this evening. We have some fun and conversations. If you have any ideas for what you want to see on lives, if you want to see a transmission rebuild or see something that you haven't seen before, or run something you haven't seen before, let me know, and we can do that on another live stream, and we can go from there. So anybody that wants to see something different, or you even just want to go out and fuck around and run some stuff, you just let me know, and we can do that too. But yeah, so if anybody has any ideas, drop a comment or shoot me a text, or or something, and or any of my YouTube videos, I watch my comments pretty close. So, or either that, or you can drop me something on any of the forums. I'm on most of them, so. Especially Nitro Gang and SOS and the Nitro Enthusiast group. Those are my three main that I kind of hang out on. So, and then I'm often on Hybrids Lives and John's and the Addictions. So, yeah, the Addictions on vacation. Lotus, he's busy prepping for fireworks for the 4th of July. So he's not. I did talk to him before. I didn't want to jump on live today because I normally don't take this time slot because it's John's, and I try to be respectful with people's time slots. I don't want to be that guy, right? Same reason I don't do them Friday nights and Saturday nights unless I check with Hybrid if he's doing his. So so the name of the game is just being respectful, right? So. All right, everybody. Have a great. I guess is it Monday today? Yeah. Have a great rest of your Monday evening, and it's Happy Canada Day to those who live in Canada tomorrow, and enjoy the stat. And I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for coming.